We still feel like we can say. All right. Good evening, everybody. So I'm going to be, those of you who are familiar with me with the Atlanta Black Chambers, you know that I usually am behind the scenes on a lot of our, Tuesday talks and public policy talks. So this time I'm flying solo, so I'm going to have to let people in the room monitor my notes and then, let the show go on. So welcome everybody to the official kickoff of the Atlanta Black Chambers Arts and Entertainment. You know what? I'm gonna give it a little bit. People just coming in. All right. Okay. And take two. Welcome everybody to the 2025 kickoff of the Atlanta Black Chambers Arts and Entertainment industry. Originally, this committee was called SEAT. It was SEAT, and SEAT stood for Sports, Entertainment, Arts, and Tourism. We are still working on some tourism things, and we do have a sports initiative, and I will talk about that in this meeting. But for now, we are the arts and entertainment industry, and I'm going to start off just by telling you a little bit about myself, and then I'm going to talk about the committee and the vision. Then we're going to introduce our special guest, and she's going to tell you about herself and what she does. So my name is Raquel Hill. I'm a member of the Atlanta Black Chambers for over a decade. I've served under all three presidents in like an administrative capacity, but at my core, at my being, I'm an artist. Dance is what brings me life. If I'm sad and you see me dancing, then you know I'm no longer sad. I love to write. I consider myself a storyteller. I am what they refer to as a social media chef. So I am an all-around creative. I can't paint, but I understand how paint works because I worked at an art and design store. And not that I need to have a vitae, but I think what qualifies me to chair the Arts and Entertainment Committee is that I'm multidisciplinary. So when you come into this committee, we're not just focused on film and television, although we are today. We're not just focused on performing arts, dance and photography and visual arts. We're not just focused on culinary arts. We are going to be focused on all of the artistic endeavors, and especially in a city like Atlanta. What I'm hoping to gain with this committee is as more of you show up, then we can kind of specialize. When we can have a film and television division under the Arts and Entertainment Committee. We can have a performing arts division underneath the Arts and Entertainment Committee. I'm gonna say one more, a culinary arts underneath the Arts and Entertainment Committee, as long as we have some soldiers that step up and are willing to kind of take on those tasks. I have tons of ideas, tons of projects that we've done in the past. So I'm going to talk about the goals and initiatives for 2025 later on. Okay, I still have a couple more minutes to kind of chat here. So what I'm looking also to build is this committee. Right now it is a committee of one, but I'm very focused and I'm very serious about getting this committee off the ground. So I'm looking for a co-chair, and then I'm looking for a planning team. I'm also looking for an advisory board, but I don't want to have you drink water through a fire hose. So I'm going to pace myself. We're hoping to have an in-person event next month, which is going to be Mardi Gras theme, and we can talk about that a little bit more. So I'm not going to hold you. It's almost 6:05. So I don't have a bio, but I'm just going to tell you what I can off the top of my heart and then from what I know. I am honored to have Ada Clare Evans join us in our very first kickoff call to talk about the business to talk about what she is doing with the Black Entertainment Economic Council. They're focused on film and television, right, Ada Clare? And they are at the White House. They are fighting for us to have set-asides and rights. Atlanta became the Black Hollywood a couple of years ago. And what Ada Clare and her team are doing is making sure that we are getting the proper set aside. So they come and shoot a movie here from LA. They bring their entire team, and we have a talented team here, but I'm going to let her talk about that. Before I go on, I'm just going to give you I'm going to give you a couple of housekeeping things. If you're not speaking, I ask that you keep your mic off and that you keep your your camera off. I'm also going to ask that I want to promote everything that you guys are doing, but if you can hold putting any kind of advertisements or anything, I don't want to spam the I don't want to spam the chat. I want to put everything that's related to what we're doing while we're talking about it in the chat. And at the very end, you'll have the opportunity to kind of share what you're doing, share who you are, put your LinkedIn and all those things in there. So without further ado, I don't even, that was not how I really wanted to introduce you. I'm going to turn it over to Ada Clare Evans and let her tell you guys who she is and about the partnership that we have with BEEC.
You guys, it's my fault that I didn't give Raquel a bio. So you did good. Don't even worry about it. And thank you, Raquel, for letting me be here on behalf of BEEC, which is the Black Entertainment Economic Council. Like Raquel said, my name's Ada Clare Evans, and I'm a media business owner. I've been in the entertainment industry in like a variety of capacities. I don't want to date myself, but a good strong 20 years or so. I worked in film and television here in Atlanta before the big incentive was put in place, and I've done a lot of music, live events. I've done a lot of touring. I've worked with a lot of big artists. And right now I have a video production company, and we produce content for national brands like MTV or Kraft or Ford or Amazon. And I have that company with 2 producing partners. I also have another company. Well, that company is called The Funnel Creative. I also have another company that's called Media Savvy, and we are media savvy. Get it? No. So what we do is we help smaller businesses with video media content for marketing and branding and things like that. And I want to tell you guys why I'm here talking to you. And I'm first going to show you, because Raquel and I have known each other through launching this organization called the Black Entertainment Economic Council. And Raquel did not do herself any justice by saying what me and the team are doing, what we have all done together is amazing. I'm going to share my screen real quick because I have some statistics that I would like for you guys to look at, and it is relevant to our community. It is relevant to our industry. If you're on this call and if you're in the entertainment industry, I want you guys to look at this, okay? Can somebody just come on off mute real quick and say if you see this? I think you guys should see this.
I can see it.
Okay, so take a screenshot. I'm gonna go through 4 graphs, and feel free to take a screenshot if this is of interest to you or your career. So you'll look at this first graph that I have up. This is the industry demographic. It's a racial ethnic breakdown. This is a compilation of data from so many studies and reports. And you might always hear like UCLA, what'd you say? What'd you say? Oh, you might always hear, okay, there's a new report about diversity in Hollywood. There's a new report about diversity in this and that. So all of those reports are together to show, so you guys can look at this visually. So this is a breakdown of how much of the industry in just film and television, just in general, how much is Black? I'm gonna break this down more. And these are other races, and then this is white. This is the gaming industry. This gaming industry, so this first industry, film and television, you guys know that for the past 15 years, Atlanta, Georgia has been the capital of film and TV. But you see this estimate of how many Black people are involved in this industry. Let's move to the next industry, the gaming industry. In case you guys don't know this, gaming, this is like the second capital to gaming in the world. The largest gaming events and productions go on here in Atlanta, Georgia. This gaming industry, these are the numbers here in Georgia, which is, in Atlanta. So you'll see this discrepancy here. Go to esports, same thing. Capital here, Atlanta, Georgia, This is the visual representation of how many jobs our community is able to access in these industries. Tech industry. Do you know that Atlanta is considered like a Silicon Valley, like Atlanta is a huge bubbling tech industry. These are the numbers. And I'm going to go through a couple more graphs, but this is why we created our organization. It's called the Black Entertainment Economic Council. Our purpose first is to bring us together. I think before the organization launched, there were so many individual service people, vendors, crew, technicians, creatives. We were spread all across Atlanta. Nobody knew each other. If people got together, we just needed to know each other. So that was the beginning of the organization. The next part of the organization was advocacy, and I'll tell you guys about that in a minute. But let's go to another graph. This is a demographic by profession. This is representation in the entertainment industry by role. This specifically is film and television. So for those of you on this call, I'm sure you know by reports, by being on set, if you are not on a production that is a Black production, a Black-led production, these are the numbers that are coming in from all reports from every type of film and television. Film executives are low. TV directors, Black TV directors are low. Black film directors are low. Union membership crew is low. Above the line talent is low. Creative projects that are funded, that are Black led, super slim. Workforce training programs that are Black led, very extremely low. Mentorship pipeline and programs that are supported, extremely low. Another graphic I want to show you guys is the tech industry, which I said before. Tech industry is huge here in Atlanta, Georgia. This is simply Black versus white representation because there's not a lot of detailed demographics in the tech industry, but this will show you again another disparity in this industry. This industry is in our backyard, and all these are high-paying jobs that could be available to us. So you'll see overall Black representation in tech. Do you see that number is 4.5? That's overall in the entire industry. You'll see that Black tech executives are less than 2% representation. Black tech workers are low. HBCU graduates that get into tech, meaning you go to school, you study tech, you major in tech, you get out and you graduates in tech. And then there's an employment gap. So this is the last graphic that I'm going to show you guys, which is, excuse me, the gaming industry, and same numbers across the board. You can just, go down the line and look at it. So I'm going to stop sharing. The reason I share this with you guys is so we understand as a community what is possible, what the potential is, also, kind of what is being left on the table. So that's why we started the Black Entertainment Economic Council. We were founded back in 2022 to focus on these type of disparities. We became an advocacy group for our community. And what that means is we needed a group to speak on behalf of our community and speak on a high level. So be able to speak on a state level, an industry level, and speak just as an organization. That made us more powerful. We also came together with a state legislator who we've had a relationship with over the past several years. Her name is Representative Kim Schofield. Some of you may know her. You may be in her district, District 61. I always mess that up. It might be 64. But Representative Kim Schofield, she is a person for the people. She comes to all of our meetings. She listens to our needs. That has translated into a bill on Capitol Hill. You guys all remember that and know that. And we have a bill. That's huge. That's powerful. And that says a lot about that says that we mean business. That says that, hey, we don't care what's going on here. We just know that we need a better cut of these industries and these opportunities. So our bill is kind of being known as a minority bill or a minority incentive, because when we first when it first came out in 2022, it was represented as the first draft basically said, when companies come to this state, you get an incentive if you hire Black crew members or Black technicians, or use minority-owned businesses, or locate your project in a low-income community or a community that does not have access to these types of projects around. So there's several bullet points. There's also several drafts. So that's one piece of our organization. That's a main huge process, and that's a huge, kind of pillar, which is advocacy. We also really just, we offer free workshops. I think for about a year and a half, we were based out of the Russell Center, and we just would have our meetings there. We were meeting once a month, and we met the first Saturday of every month, and then we offered free workshops the third Saturday of every month. And these workshops were free animation workshops from high-end, Black animators that maybe they animated Disney projects or Netflix, or, we had some really great producers speak about how to take a creative project from a script to a pitch. We've had a camera operator who's really like far greater than a camera operator, really, really experienced people who have just given free time and really free information to people who are learning and want to be in the business, or are in the business and kind of want to sharpen their skills. So we offer these free programs, and that's kind of part of our workforce development initiative. So our advocacy, workforce development initiative. And then we really are focusing this year on industry partnerships and collaborating with different entities and agencies or corporations that can strategically direct business opportunities to our community. So that is a mission for this year. Our first mission before that is funding for our organization as a whole, because we lack funding. But we do have some really great grants that are out that we wrote and submitted for the grants. So we're waiting to hear back. Another project that we have, or another program that we have, is called Incubata. Incubata is a hands-on mentorship program. So people will register to be a mentee. We can put them on set and get them, kind of mentored on a project in one of the departments that they're interested in. So that is us in a nutshell. I would like to tell you guys how you can participate. The first thing you can do, if this speaks to you, we would love to have you just go to our website and sign up for the newsletter. So number one, you could be included in our, it is not regular, we do not spam. I'm barely once a month, but you guys go to our website, which is I'll put it in the chat also, but it's thebeec.org, and that stands for the Black Entertainment Economic Council.org. So it's www.thebeec.org. Sign up for the newsletter. You'll be in the mix on all the things that are happening with us. What I say to everybody is this is a long-term project. This is not a quick fix. We're not an agency. We do not represent people and give people jobs. I think that is, it's a need. It's a huge need. We are currently not filling that need. We're an advocacy group. So I think that a lot of times when people hear it's a group in entertainment that is doing something for the community, I think there's a lot of excitement thinking that, we're giving jobs. We're not doing that just yet. We would like to get to that, but we really just need people to understand the mission and pitch in when and where they can. We have a mixer next week, which is on the 27th, and we haven't posted it to our Instagram yet, but we will. So it's next Thursday from 6 to 8, and I currently forgot where it is, but we're doing this together with a group called the Georgia Entertainment Association. great organization as well, for us as a community. So I think that that's pretty much the overview that I wanted to share with you guys. I hope that this has been kind of informational. Please know there's a group like this on the ground here in your state, in your city, that is working behind the scenes for your needs, for your, for the next generation's needs. And it's long overdue, you guys. We've had a huge bustling entertainment industry in our backyard, and it's not equitable. And we just really need to move the needle there. So that's what we're working towards. So I hope to be able to chat with some of you guys anytime in the near future. And if anybody has questions, please let me know. Thank you so much, Raquel.
Thank you so much, Ada Clare Evans. Everybody, that's Ada Clare Evans. And we no longer say BEEC, we say the BEEC, right? That's
No,
what
some
I'm
people say
getting
BEEC. Yeah, people sometimes say BEEC. And I'm gonna put this in the chat right now.
She's gonna drop all of her information in the chat. And what I want everyone that's coming to this committee meeting to understand is this is all about collaboration and connection. This is what we're doing.